Oh, taking care of my pet bunnies is pretty fun.
Yeah? Yeah, that does seem fun. You get to like change their food out and stuff and do stuff like that. It's a pretty big responsibility you got.
And also, it's really hard. Sometimes the poop gets smushed to the floor.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
One of my
a bunny cage, and we built it.
Uh-huh.
And now we have to build like a not a gardening pot, but like a big garden area, like out of wood.
Okay.
We need to use saws and nails and screws. We need to use a hand saw and an electric saw.
That sounds like a really fun project.
Yeah, it is.
How big is it going to be?
Side to side or up and down?
Well, both, but let's go side to side first.
Side to side, it's going to be 18 inches.
Okay, so is it a cube or is it a square? Is it 18 by 18?
Yeah,
Okay, so 18 by 18.
Rectangle.
And then, okay, so then how tall is it?
How tall is it? Or how wide is it?
Well, let's think about it. So if it's
so how long is it, or how wide is it?
Well, you gave me 18 inches.
Yeah, it's 18 inches wide.
Okay.
And then I don't know, and I think it's about 6 feet long.
Okay. Do you know how many inches 6 feet is?
Wait, let's see. 12, 24, so that'd be 2 inches.
2 feet, yes.
Yeah, 2 feet.
2 feet.
Plus another.
Plus 30. Yeah, 36.
Yeah, 36.
And then 48. Here, it's easy to do it if you count it on your hands, right? So then 1 is 12. And then 2 is 24.
50.
36.
50 inches.
50 inches, not 6 feet. Come on, let's do this math. So 1 is 12. 2, 24. You see I have 2 fingers held up, right? 3, 36. 4, 48. 5, 60. And then 6, what's 60 plus 12?
Wait, 50 plus 12?
60. 660 plus 12.
72.
Very good. So it's 18 by 72, and then how tall is it?
But this isn't construction class. This is green science.
I mean, it's green robot building science. It's building is a culmination of everything that we've been working on for the last, I would say, year, Silas, where we learn how to build things, and we learn about dimensions, and we learn about the inventory. And, I think what you're building, you have to think about more so than what we were working on. You have to think about the purpose.
About what the difference between the bolts.
Mm-hmm. We do. And why is that important?
Wait, we didn't use any nails.
We did not. Nails are a little too dangerous for us, for what we do. So if we think about it like this, why is it important to know what the purpose of a bolt is, or what the purpose?
I have a really tiny.
Mm-hmm. What's the point of knowing, the difference between the two?
What's the difference between knowing the two?
Well, why is it important that we know what a bolt is for and what a screw is for? Why is that important, especially when we're building something?
I don't know.
Well, if you think about it, when we do our inventory and we lay out all of our materials in front of us and we take a look at it and we say, okay, I have, 6 bolts and 6 nuts and, 8 screws, or, whatever you have. It's good for you as the builder, because that's what you are when you're building a robot. You're the builder. When you're the builder, it's good for you to know what you have in front of you and what you have to work with. Now, with our robot kits that we've built, there's a specific goal in mind, and the specific goal is, of course, to build the robot, right? That's the goal. The goal is to
I
build.
think I know why nails are too dangerous. You have to use the hammer to put them in.
Yeah, and it would be
Screwdriver. A screwdriver is way easier to use than a hammer.
think about our classroom
I'm building something right over there with the hammer.
Yeah, you got to be really careful.
See that door?
Yeah, nice.
That door right
I
there.
see it. You got to be really careful with a couple different things with the hammer, but I mean, obviously the nail is very
A wooden
sharp.
hammer and a metal hammer.
Sometimes you have rubber hammers too.
What?
Sometimes there's rubber hammers as well. A hammer that has kind of a rubber end on it. If you're trying to if you're working with wood and you don't want to dent the wood, right? Like if you want to make the wood go a little bit further down, like if you're trying to fit two pieces of wood together and you want the wood, especially if the wood is kind of like going in like this, right? When you want to do that, you can use a wooden hammer.
Or if it's going in like this.
Sure. But I mean like together. Like if you cut it out, if you cut the pieces of wood so that they come together kind of like this, then it's useful to have a wooden hammer, because then you can push the one piece of wood into the other one without making a dent. If you use a metal hammer or you use another wooden hammer, it's going to harm that wood, and then you're not really going to get the look that you're looking for.
Like
So
if you use a metal hammer, it'll break off some of the wood.
exactly. So it's always important to know, the first thing I think you have to think about is what you're building. And then the second thing is what's the purpose of the thing you're building? So when we build our robots, what's the purpose of the robots? What is the purpose of the robot itself? There's no real right answer. It's, sometimes it's just you're building a toy that you can play with. If the robot had more of a function, then you could say, well, I'm building something that could really help me. I know the brush robot.
What did you say? Fun comes first behind you.
Mm-hmm. Why does it say fun comes first?
Yeah, right over there. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, it's a green screen, actually. It's not real. It's all make-believe. But yeah, I don't know. It's good to remember that fun comes first, especially in our lessons. Hmm?
So that screen is green?
Yeah, so basically I bought it online and it hangs. It's hard to show you, but basically if I could show you if I lifted it up, right? So if I lifted it up, you see behind me it's just wooden.
Oh.
But then I put the green screen back down and it becomes...
I couldn't see it.
Yeah, you couldn't see it. You want to see it again? So if I lift it up, right? So if I put my arm behind it, like that, then you can't see my arm. If I put my whole self behind it, you can't see me, right?
Wait, is it see-through?
No, it's just green. So the way that it works is that the light, the camera can sense that this is green, and every part where it's green, it just replaces it with a picture. And the picture is this fun comes first picture. So that's why you see on your screen the fun comes first and not the green screen. If I was wearing, and I don't know if you remember, I think I wore it one week when we were on our other Pasadena Christian with all the other people. I have a green shirt. And when I wear the green shirt, it looks like I don't have a body. It's kind of crazy looking. You could still see my hands, but you couldn't see my body if I'm wearing that green shirt.
And it's like a floating head.
Yep. Pretty crazy, huh?
Floating head with a wire.
Uh-huh. Right, with my headphones and this wire right here. That's right. That's exactly right. So what's the purpose of you building the bunny thing? What's the purpose of building it?
So the bunnies can have a house.
Yeah, so the bunnies can have a house, right? And when you think about the function, right, what is it? It's functioning as like a house or like a cage, right? So you can't have big holes in it, right? Because how big are the areas between? Because you're making out of wood, so how big is the area between the two pieces of wood going to be? Do you know?
Tiny.
Sure. How big is the bunny? I mean, the bunnies are pretty small, right?
They're a lot. I forgot what kind of bunnies they are, but they're like 1 foot wide.
1 foot?
10 inches tall.
That's a big bunny.
They're like this. They're like
Yeah. Okay. So that's like 4 or 5 or 6 inches, not a foot. A foot's pretty big, Silas, for a bunny.
But they're about 1 foot.
They're about 1 foot.
Yeah.
So did you explain to your brother all the stuff that we talked about last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he understand it pretty good? Yeah. And now, excuse me, the light from the sun is hitting me just right, and it makes me want to take that afternoon nap that you were just talking about. You were just talking about it, and now you've convinced me that I think it's a good idea for me to take one too. So now, guess what? We're all wanting to take a nap. That's all it is.
I'm gonna go get something to drink.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you get something? Good. I should probably have some of my water right here too. Nice.
Kind of cold.
Nice.
Mine is still kind of cold.
Well, that is a good idea. That does kind of wake me up a little bit. So, did we talk about what recycling means? Okay. Can you explain to me what recycling means?
It's when you use something and then you stop using it and then you reuse it.
Okay.
No.
Okay. For something new, can you use it?
Like garbage can be recycled.
And how do we, when we want to think about recycling garbage, tell me more about that process. Like, what can be recycled and how can it be recycled? What do you think about recycling?
Some things can be recycled and turned into toys.
Okay. Like, what's a thing that could be recycled and turned into a toy?
Well, you can use a rubber band to hold something together for a toy.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to make a truck holding barrels, you could use a rubber band to hold the mini barrels together.
Very good. And maybe you got the rubber band from like fruit or something, maybe bananas that came together, or you got the rubber band from something else.
Or maybe you used the rubber band to tie your hair together in a braid.
Sure, absolutely. all good ways. Okay, good. That's one really good example of recycling. Now, I like how you used a rubber band because, if you think about a rubber band and what it does, the rubber band has many functions already. So it's easy to recycle a rubber band. What about like a paper towel roll? Is it easy to recycle a paper towel roll? What do you think? What is this made out of? What material is this paper towel roll made out of?
Cardboard.
Cardboard, good. What else is made out of cardboard? What else can you think of that's made out of cardboard? Boxes, good. What else?
The
Paper towel rolls, right? Maybe a cardboard bag, or like a paper bag is kind of made out of cardboard. It's not exactly cardboard, but it
is a type of paper.
Sure, it's a type of paper. Good. Now, a cardboard box is a really good example because if we think about recycling a cardboard box, like let's say you order something from the computer, from the internet, maybe from Amazon, and it comes in a big box. And after you finished playing with the thing that you ordered, what do you do with the box?
Recycle it.
Okay, and you can.
I thought a way to use to recycle the paper towel roll.
Okay, tell me what you think it is.
If you want like a toy oil wig, you could cut the paper towel roll and use it for the big jug of oil.
Okay, very good. That's a really good example. What's another one that you could reuse a toilet paper or paper towel roll for?
You could use it for you could if you could cut it in half.
Okay.
And then you could cut it straight through the middle, so it looks kind of like so you can make a bridge.
Oh, okay.
Like you could make a bridge.
Mm-hmm. Definitely you can make a bridge.
Toy cars, and then make it go over the bridge.
You see this?
Yeah.
I kind of tried to make a. It's trying to be. It's trying to be a dragon. Because I had a student in my last class who really likes dragons, and then the head is on the ground over here. Basically, the head. You can see we started to make the
last class, like last week.
Yeah, so like you can make kind of a dragon like this.
Last week you had some. Oh.
I have a different school class right before yours, and so we made this dragon. So kind of like you said with the bridge, right? If we want to use our imagination and make something, I just used scissors, right? So here's my scissors. You've seen them. Oh, these are fun because the scissors are green. You see how that works? See, it looks like.
I can only see the blade.
That's right.
Green scissors, so you'd only be able to see the blade.
Right. So that's the thing. You can see that they're scissors, right? But you can't really see them unless.
They look pretty cool because the green, so you can see a cool design on them.
Yeah.
Like if you move it up, you get a different design.
Right, and then you can see the background through me. Right, so you see it's there, and then I move into it, but you can still see it. That's perfect.
But now we can't see the part where you're holding the scissors.
Right, so you can obviously, if I hold the scissors by the handle, you can obviously see the blade. Right, the blade's very easy to see. If I open the scissors up, you can see the blade. But when I close the scissors and I hold them safe, then you can see the handle is green. Isn't that cool? Pretty neat. So if I hold it over my face, it's like you can't see my face. You can only see the background. Fun comes.
Actually, I can't see Putty because we're not that big.
That's right. Yeah, you can still see. You can't see my nose right now, but you can see the rest of my face. Yeah, I can see you through my.
Get closer to the camera, then we're not going to be able to see most.
Hello.
Yeah. Now I can't see that much face. Okay.
Pretty neat, right? So what I did is I just took these scissors and I chopped up one of these and I made little legs for the dragon. This kind of looks more like a dinosaur, I think at this point. It looks like a brachiosaurus, but I wanted to make it look like a...
Well, if you put the neck up and then actually it kind of looks like if you put a tail on it, then it would kind of look like a pteranodon.
Okay. Yeah, see, I was trying to make it look kind of like a dragon because that student really likes dragons. And so I made these wings out of an old paper bag.
Dinosaurs? Do you like dinosaurs?
Yeah, he likes dinosaurs and dragons, but he mainly likes he likes dragons and he likes planets. So he really likes space. So I tried to make this. It's kind of.
I tried to make the solar system.
That's his favorite thing. His favorite thing is the solar system. What's your favorite planet? His favorite planet is Neptune.
Ooh.
Which one is yours? I think I like Earth the best, but
my favorite one is Uranus.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I think my second favorite one is Saturn.
The wings are like invisible.
Yeah, I like Saturn's rings.
Also, it's slanted like this, and the wings are invisible, so it just looks like a Neptune on the side.
That's right. That's right.
Except it's a lidal.
Do you like Jupiter?
Lidal color of blue.
Do you like Jupiter or no? Not really.
What? Yeah, I did like Jupiter.
Yeah. Do you like?
Neptune has a storm like Jupiter?
I was the big red spot. You mean?
Yeah, but Neptune has a darker blue spot that's a storm, and it's actually and the winds are actually stronger than Jupiter's.
Yeah. He was telling me about that because he was talking about the winds. That's why he likes Neptune so much, because of the winds. And I didn't really know about Neptune's winds.
My favorite planets are Neptune and Uranus. Those are my favorite planets.
What about Silas? What about Armin? Armin, which ones do you like? I see you there in the corner. What's your favorite planet, Armin?
I think he would like Mars. It's red. What is his favorite color?
He probably would like Mars.
Okay, yeah, he said his favorite one was.
Nice. I think my favorite is probably Earth, but then my second favorite is probably Saturn, because I think the rings on Saturn look really cool.
They're actually made out of ice, dust, rocks, and any sort of things that get carried in from its gravity.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, right?
Yeah.
Do you like learning about the solar system and other planets and stuff?
Yeah.
Do you like physics?
Yeah.
Do you know what physics are? It's like the science of math.
Yeah.
Or the math of science, rather, not the science of math. Yeah.
That Uranus has like 67 moons.
That's a lot. Jupiter has like 20 or 30, right?
No, Jupiter's the biggest planet, so it has like it may have like 76, 7.
70? That's a lot.
When I was 5, I thought it only had like 8, and I thought Uranus had like 6.
How many do we have?
1.
Yeah, you're right. Just the one. Just the moon, the good old moon, huh?
Gas giants have way more moons.
Why is that? Do you know why?
Because the bigger and the bigger it is, the more gravity it has. The sun is the biggest thing. It makes Pluto circle around it, even though it's more than 700 miles away.
A lot more than 700. You mean like 700?
More than like 700,000.
Or maybe like 700 light years? Is it 700 light years? How long is, or how far is a light year? I can't remember.
As far as the sun goes in 1 year.
Well, yeah.
Light goes in 1 year.
Right. So what's the distance? How far is that? I'm looking it up right now.
A few hundred miles, I guess.
I think it's more than that. It's 5.879 times 10 to the 12th.
What? I have no idea what the answer is.
It's 5.879 with 12 zeros behind it.
Oh, that's far.
That's really far.
I feel like Pluto is 1 light year away from the sun.
And I'll look that up. How many light years is Pluto from the sun? Or from Earth? So from Earth, it's, oh wow, it's not very far at all. It's less, it's not even a light year. So it's,
how far is it from the sun?
I mean, probably not much different, because the sun,
I feel like it's gonna, is it 3.5
nope,
miles away?
it's 0.0000628.
Wait, so
So it's way less than 1. It's not even 0.1.
okay, now I get why a light year is more than 100 miles.
Yes, way more than 100 miles.
It's like, no, it's more than like 100 miles.
More than 100
miles.
It's more than 1,000. It's more than 1,000,000. It's more than 1,000,000,000. It's more than a trillion.
What?
It's way more than all of those. It's.
Did you know the sun is actually a medium-sized sun?
I do. Well, because it's aging, but yes. Yes. Well, let's get back to recycling really quick. So when we talk about recycling, if we think about a box, a cardboard box is a great thing to recycle, because, if we think about recycling, like, if